Maester, to scour their record.
I might be small, Lord Glover.
To new families, loyal families who supported us against Ramsay.
For generation after generation.
And then they broke faith, and no reward for loyalty.
Battle.
They died fighting for Ramsay. Give the castles to the families of the men who died fighting for you.
Centuries. Will you stand beside me, Ned?
Of course you can, but
Joffrey never let anyone question his authority. You think he was a good king? You're as far from Joffrey as anyone I've ever met. You're good at this, you know. You are. They respect you, they really do, but you to me.
Yeah. No, he never cursed in front of his girls. You stop trying to undermine me.
I'm not trying to undermine you. You need to be smarter than Rob. I loved them, I missed them, but they made stupid mistakes and they both lost their heads. Would that be so terrible?
Raven, from...
What does she want? You've been so consumed with the enemy to the north, you've forgotten about the one to the south.
They've never ranged this far north.
You're the military man, but I know her. If you're her enemy, she'll never stop until she's destroyed you. Everyone who's ever crossed her, she's found a way to murder.
Round in single combat. She's very impressive.
We need his men. Without the Vale, Ramsay Bolton would still hold this castle. Littlefinger saved us. I know exactly what he wants.
You know him better than any of us.
Tyrion's not like the other Lannisters. He was always kind to me.
Bummer.
Suggesting Jon meet with her.
No.
She has a powerful army at her back.
Have you forgotten what happened to our grandfather? The Mad King invited him to King's Landing and roasted him alive.
I know that.
She is here to reclaim the Iron Throne and the Seven Kingdoms. The North is one of those Seven Kingdoms. This isn't an invitation, it's a trap. Then send an emissary, don't go yourself.
It has to be me.
You're abandoning your people. You're abandoning your home.
I'm leaving both in good hands.
Whose?
Yours. The North is yours.
How much do we have?
4,000 bushels, my lady.
It's winter in the past 100 years.
I'm not entirely certain. I'll check Maester Lewin's records. He kept a copy of every raven.
Especially not if the armies of the North come back to defend Winterfell. Shouldn't they be? Once the real cold comes.
They should indeed.
The Northerners are all facing north, worried about the threat from beyond the wall.
So they should be.
We'll win out. Don't fight in the north.
Lady Sansa, at the gate.
I don't know what that means. Try, please, for me. How do you know all this?
The three-eyed raven taught me.
I thought you were the three-eyed raven. Bran,
I'm sorry for all that's happened to you. It was so beautiful that night. Snow falling. Just like now. Dangerous.
We were standing right next to her, and
when we turned around, she'd gone, my lady. Don't trouble yourself over it, my lady. We'll find her.
you don't have to. I know where she is. You shouldn't have run from the guards.
John left you in charge.
He did. Everyone who knew his face is dead.
We're not. They say you killed Joffrey.
Your list. Visions. Who else is on your list? Attributed the right amount of grain to the stores, then I'm afraid they'll have to make do with what they brought. We can't.
You.
I warned John this would happen. He couldn't leave the North and expected to just sit and wait for him like Ghost.
He didn't. He trusted you to hold it for him.
And don't do that.
What?
Are you angry with me? I listened to their complaints, which is my responsibility as Lady of Winterfell. 500 men, Royce has 2,000. Offend them and John loses his army. Hornwoods and the Wildlings and the Vale, all of us working together. Now, I'm sure cutting off heads is very satisfying, but that's not the way you get people to work together. How can you even think such a horrible thing?
But the thought just won't go away.
I have work to do. What?
To you today with heavy heart. Took in a boar
You
hunt.
don't have to read it, I remember.
Father has been charged with treason. He conspired with Robert's brothers against my beloved John.
They forced me to do it.
Did they? With a knife at your throat.
You know what it was like? I was a child.
So was I.
And what did you do? Did you come running to the rescue? Did you fight off the Lannisters and save Father?
I wanted
But
to.
you didn't. Just like me.
I didn't betray him. I didn't betray Rob.
You should be on your knees thanking me. We're standing in Winterfell again because of me. You didn't win it back. John didn't win it back. He lost the Battle of the Bastards. The Knights of the Vale won the battle and they rode north for me. Training. Well, while you were training, I suffered things you could never imagine. You never would have survived what I survived.
What are you scared of? You didn't commit any crimes. No one's going to hang you.
Arya.
You're scared.
With us in the worst winter any of them have ever seen. The weather will be the least of their problems.
They see that. They respect you.
Backs on John when it was time to retake Winterfell. Then they named him their king, and now they're ready to turn their backs on him again. How far would you trust men like that? All bloody wind vanes.
You may have disagreements, but she would never betray her family.
She would if she thought I was going to betray John. Thinks. I don't know her anymore.
My lady, you are the Lady of Winterfell.
I am. And you will represent my interests at this gathering as you see them. Foot in King's Landing while Cersei Lannister is queen. I have work to do here.
It's not safe.
Well, Sir Jaime will be there. You said he treated you honorably.
You trust I
The
abandon
trip
you?
to King's Landing is long, lady. The sooner you leave, the better your chances of making it on time. I have hundreds of men here at Winterfell, all loyal to me. What are these?
My faces.
Where did you get them? What does that mean?
If I catch a lie, you lose.
I don't want to play.
Who wants to do the asking? Any questions?
Tell me what they are.
The Iron Throne. But I can now. With the faces, I can choose.
It's not easy for ravens to fly in these storms. Perhaps John tried to send word earlier.
No. This is the way he is, the way he's always been. He never asked for my opinion. Why would he start now? This is his writing, his signature. He pledged to fight for Daenerys Targaryen. He's bent the knee. You think he wants to marry her?
He was named King in the North.
Even if I wanted to, Arya would never go along. She always loved Jon far more than she ever loved me, and she'd kill anyone who betrayed her family. Do you know what she is now?
So tell me.
She could want me dead. Because she thinks I wronged my family. Lady of Winterfell. Have my sister brought to the Great Hall. That I defend my family from those who would harm us. That I defend the North from those who would betray us. You stand accused of murder. You stand accused of treason. How do you answer these charges? Lord Baelish. You murdered our aunt, Lysa Arryn. You did it to take power in the Vale. You conspired with Cersei Lannister and Joffrey Baratheon to betray our father, Ned Stark. Thanks to your treachery, he was imprisoned and later executed on false charges of treason. Do you deny it? Sometimes when I'm trying to understand a person's motives, I play a little game. I assume the worst. What's the worst reason you have for turning me against my sister? I'm a slow learner. It's true. But I learn. And yet you betrayed me. I will never forget them. In his own horrible way, I believe he loved me.
You did the right thing.
You did it.
I'm just the executed. Survived.
You would have. You're the strongest person I know. Well, don't get used to it. Still very strange and annoying. And the snows fall and the white winds blow. The lone wolf dies, but the pack survives.